Iroquois artist and retired machinist Ken Miracle says if younger people fail to learn the traditional art of wampum bead pieces, the art form will vanish. Miracle says finding a true master of wampum amongst Native Americans is getting rare these days. He lives on the Wikwemicon Reserve in Ontario and enjoys traveling to give workshops about wampum bead pieces. He recently participated in the Native American Art Series at the Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and also displayed his work near Montreal. We shine the spotlight on Cayuga artisan Ken Miracle. At the Echoes of a Proud Nation powwow on the Kahnawake Mohawk territory near Montreal, wampum bead artisan Ken Miracle enjoys displaying his pieces and educating people about them. Where were you born and raised?
Six Nations, near Brantford.
What originally inspired you to want to work with wampum beads?
First of all, I had an elder, Jake Thomas, who I was just there to help him do belts. He showed me how to make them, him and his wife, and I start making them. And so at a small scale, and then I had somebody from Akwesasne come up to me and want me to make them 16 belts. That's a big order, 16 belts, that's a lot. So what I did, I thought about it, and I says, well, next day I phoned him, I said, yeah, I'll do it for you. So I did, I made them, and then when I took them to him, I come home and I says, well, I should make them for myself. So I made 16 for myself, and then it didn't end there, so I started making more and more and more. So now I add just about every year, try and add something to. I'm up to 43 now.
Well, how long does a wampum piece take to make?
It can go from 10 hours to 80 hours for the big ones. They're exact replica of the original belt. You know, our custodians held them belts, so I guess belt is not the word, it's gaswenta. That's what it is, because it means it's something that's laid down marking an event in our history. So when I seen these, I thought it was going to be so important to learn that. That's why I went to Jake and start learning about what the messages are, what they stand for. So a funny thing happens when we immerse ourselves in certain things. The messages come from the universe, the air. It just comes to you, because Jake has told me certain things, but he didn't tell me certain things that it just happened, I just know it. So that's why I think that our ancestors are, I'm doing it, but our ancestors are beside you.
For the people who don't know, what exactly is wampum?
Well, I guess it comes from the Quahog Shell, from the Atlantic Ocean, and that's we produced this with, I guess, Stone Age tools to make it into a cylindrical bead, and like a white and a purple, and one of those beads can represent a soul or a nation, just one. So it's very, very powerful. When we get things, we put that into words. We can string a bunch of them with symbols to say something.
Well, will you please tell us about one of your pieces?
Okay, this particular belt is, all of this started from the Peacemaker. And this particular belt is the Euron Nation. There are 4 nations in Euron. So we have on the top, we have a Stone Nation, Deer, Bear, and Accord Nation. And the Peacemaker come from this particular group, Bear Nation. Bring the 5 nations to bring peace, power, righteousness. And so there where he traveled, he's from there to Tyendoneg. So that belt talks about their people, Huron people. And this is the warriors and their shields. This is what a shield, you know, for, and that's that representing of their nations.
And how about this piece?
So with that belt, you talk about that belt, where he comes from, and now you talk about the Peacemaker himself. And this particular belt is where You know, we see a cross here, but this cross is the land of the Creator up this way. And this is his descent to sending the Creator, sent him down to the territory of Tyendinaga and bringing peace, power, righteousness in the four directions. See, this diamond on the bottom is a four-direction symbol.
Why is it important to you to pass traditions on to younger generations?
There's a really upswing in interest in our young people. They're very interested, because really that's our future right there, because they're going to have children, so they're going to transfer that to their children, because this is what we're working for, our 7th generation. Because 7 generations ago, our people thought of us today. So today, in what I am in, we're thinking 7 generations down the road, we're not going to see it, because we'll be long gone. Hopefully they'll benefit from what we did in my lifetime, and that's, I guess, talking a tribute to young people and showing their good intentions and interest in our traditions.
Mountain Lake PBS is producing the Native American Artistry Series in cooperation with the New York State Historical Association's Fenimore Art Museum in Cooperstown, New York. This project is also a partnership with the U.S. Institute of Museum and Library Services. Spotlight segments are funded in part by the Glenn and Carol Pearsall Adirondack Foundation, dedicated to improving the quality of life for year-round residents of the Adirondack Park.